What's up, man? It's your boy Joe Barber. Crazy hectic day today. It's Friday. We're just praying. I'm driving. And today I asked God to speak to me and to reassure me that everything is going to be okay. I asked, first, I asked for a lot of things when I pray, and not things materialistic. I pray for strength. I pray for wisdom. I pray for patience. I pray for protection. I pray for mercy. I pray for things like that because I need that in my life so I can reciprocate that into other people. When people are messing up, people drive, too fast, cut me off, or people are being rude or mean or mad or sad. Like people are hurting, and not everybody is, on the right path at times, or they're not in the right space at times, and it's okay. As long as you have your relationship with God, and as long as God got you, that's the most important thing. That's the one thing that God's telling me right now is that, that's the message today. As long as God got me, everything else is going to fall into place. And the reason that's important is because a lot of us, we put too much on ourselves, and we're hard on, a lot of us are hard on ourselves. We don't sleep right, we don't eat right, we're constantly pouring into other people, and so many people rely on us. Whether you have kids, dogs, siblings, whatever it is, man, people rely on you, and it becomes overwhelming. Now imagine running a business, and then you have students relying on you, you have barbers relying on you, you have clients relying on you, and on top of your family, your dogs and your siblings or whoever, and it becomes overwhelming, because then it's like, well, who am I going to rely on? And that's when you have to rely on God. And it's hard, man. It's a challenge. I don't like using that as hard. I want to say it's a challenge, but it's doable. You just got to maintain yourself, and you have to have a routine for sure, but you have to have a way of calming your nerves down sometimes. That's what I have to do, and I have to force myself to smile. As shook as I am inside my body right now, I have to just smile, because I'm like, you know what, God got me, and that's what I have to tell myself. I have God on my side. Everything's gonna be fine. Instead of me, because I'm big on affirmations, right? And I love to use that, and I'm a good person, I'm going to be successful, I'm great, I'm loved, I'm smart, I like telling myself those things. And but at the end of the day, all that falls down the drain in comparison to what God has for me and how God views me. And that's the thing that a lot of us we don't hear that enough. You're enough. God created you. You're enough. Not to say that you cannot elevate, not to say that you cannot evolve, not to say that you can't do greater things or become a greater version of yourself. But you are worthy of God's love. You are worthy of God's forgiveness, because you're made in the image of God. And God doesn't owe us that. That has nothing to do with me. His love for me has nothing to do with me. It's not circumstantial love, and that's what we're used to. We're used to people loving us only when we're doing good, only when we're in shape, only when we're successful, only when we got money, only when all these things are going right. And unfortunately, that's why a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages, a lot of everything that has to do with people do not work out, because at the center of it, God's not at the center of it. You know what's at the center of it? Circumstances. Well, only if he has money, only if he does all these things for me, only if he meets all my demands or she meets all my demands. And I'm telling you, that's a huge realization that I had today. Just like this is not premeditated, man. These are all things that God is showing me in my head, and I'm just like, man, it's so true. We don't keep God centered, and it's, I don't want to overlook the fact that life is a challenge. Paying bills is a challenge. Doing all these things that we do day to day, and what we face, sicknesses, anything that we're dealing with, it's a challenge, man. But a big but, we got God. When you got God, it doesn't mean you're not gonna suffer. It doesn't mean you're not gonna stumble. It doesn't mean, but God is right there with you. And I think that's the most important thing. I started looking into studying about quantum physics, about our mind, our thoughts, and sitting down and meditating. I pray and I meditate. And when I say meditate, I don't want it to sound like something that is not. When I meditate, that means that I just sit there, and my body's so used to doing things. My body's used to being on the phone. My body's used to answering people's messages and working and being at the barbershop all day and like doing, like exerting energy at all times, that when I meditate, I just want to sit there and do nothing. I don't want to think of nothing. I don't want to think about money. I don't want to think about my problems. I don't want to think about anything. I just want to sit there and just be still. And it allows my body to reset, so it's not always in gear. It's like you're putting you're putting your body on neutral. You know what I mean? You're not in first gear. You're not reversing. You're not going fast. You're not going slow. You're just in neutral, bro. Like, you're on, but you're just in neutral. And I think that's very important for us to do throughout the day. You need to regroup yourself, because, man, a lot of us, we thrive on chaos, on doing this, and we don't feel like, oh, today was not a great day because I didn't do 101 things. I only did 80 things. And it's like we burn. I know when I go through my days, it's like when you go to the gym, you do max reps, and that's how I do it. I work too hard. By the time I'm done with work, I don't want to do anything else, because I gave it all I had that day. And my hands start to hurt. My body hurts. My brain is tired. Like, it's a different kind of life when you're going to the max every day. But it all comes back to, I'm always trying to do what I can for everybody else, for my kids, my dogs, my clients, the school, and whatever I feel like I need to do for me, like, is always last. Like working out, eating right. Like, I think I'm eating my lunch. I'm not eating breakfast. I never eat breakfast. Well, I don't want to say never. I'm not eating breakfast right now because I'm doing intermittent fasting, right? But I haven't been eating breakfast for a little while. And my lunch is not until 3 o'clock. I don't block out lunch on my schedule. Everybody books online. So my schedule is open from 11 to 7. And if it gets full, thank you, God. And if there's a slot that's open or someone rescheduled, then I get to eat. And if not, I don't eat. And then I eat after. Is that healthy? No. But I'm telling you, I go to the max every day as much as I can. And that's what I do. So whenever you're living your life that way, which I feel like a lot of people do that. I want to believe that a lot of us do that we're working and we're just like, bro, like, we have to work. Like, we can't just chill and sit back and just be cool about it. Even when I have the money in the bank and I have this and I have that, it doesn't matter. I just feel like that's who I am, and I don't cut back. But anyway, that's the thing that hurts us the most, because we're trying to do so much, and when you're not relying on God, I promise you, it catches up to you. And that's what happens to me. It catches up to me. So I'm trying to do my best. I really am. I'm trying to do my best, and it's difficult, man. It really is. There's a challenge every day to do things, to be happy, and I have to make that choice. And there's people that I care about, and there's people that I want to be around. There's people that I think about. There's people that I want to spend time with, and they matter to me. But I'm constantly working. I'm constantly doing these things. And, today's Friday. I'm booked all the way till 7. I'm on the way to the shop. They're picking up some equipment. As soon as this is done, I'm driving all the way back. I got, somebody stopping by my house to pick up some stuff that belongs to them. Then I have, I have to cut hair from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And then I'm going to eat my lunch at that time, probably get some Chipotle or something. And then I have a few more haircuts. I think I have like 4 people from 4 to 7. And then I'm done. And then tomorrow, if the weather permits, I have to go do volunteer work in the morning. And then I have to come pick up some other equipment from my shop because we're relocating our school to a different location, which is a blessing, but it's also, it's sad. But we're actually in the process of buying a building so we can move our school there. So anyways, there's a lot going on in my life. And regardless of that, sometimes I do feel alone. I feel alone when I'm doing things because I don't have anyone to rely on. I don't have a partner. I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad. I don't have a best friend that, hey, bro, come help me. I don't have that. And it's not that I don't have those kind of people. I mean, I have my mom and I have a best friend, but I have a couple of best friends that are my brothers. But it's like people have their own life to live, man. And I always feel like I'm an inconvenience, and I'm always the one that's reliable. Like you could rely on me to do things because that's just how I operate. And it's hard to find that in other people, man. It really is. So sometimes I try to create boundaries for myself, but it's just like, sometimes I feel like this is how God created me to be that kind of person. So that's why I ask for wisdom. That's why I ask for strength. That's why I ask for patience, because I feel like I have to carry myself this way. And it's tough, man. It really is. A lot of people have invested in me. A lot of people believe in me and my dream and my vision. And I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to let my customers down. I don't want to let my children down. I don't want to let people that love me down. I don't want to let, my legacy down. It's a lot of pressure. So when you put that amount of pressure on yourself, there's no one that you can, rely on to keep you going. There's not one individual, man. Like it takes more than one person to really help balance you out. But it's so hard sometimes, man. I'm telling you, it's hard because a lot of us are so we're just so submerged with work and goals. And a lot of us are I like to believe that. I keep saying that because I'm like, I know there's people out there that are working like me. Not everybody's chilling. Not everybody does the 9 to 5. Not everybody just wants to do the bare minimum. And sometimes you could work the 55 hours a week and get all this stuff done. And then your finances aren't even looking like the way they should. And that's the hard part. And that's where I still want to be grateful. I still want to smile. I still want to be happy. And I still want to count my blessings, regardless. And it's a challenge, man. I'm telling you. But hopefully this helps somebody out there. Hopefully y'all needed to hear this message and know oh, okay, cool. I'm not the only one. And maybe this is the calling that you needed to hear, that God's telling you, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Keep doing what you're doing, but rely on me first, and then go do what you got to do. Because I promise you, man, everything in this world, you can't take it with you, bro. You can't. Nothing. I don't care how much money. I don't care how the businesses that you got. I don't care all that. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying that you can't experience that, because you can. But I'm telling you for fact is this, that no matter how much you accomplish in this world, no matter how much you get done, no matter all these things, you can't take it with you, bro. You can't. So enjoy it, and know that that God got you. All right, y'all stay blessed.